not by creating the biggest sports catastrophe we've ever had.
I mean, arguably the trade was the biggest story, not just sports story, but it was the biggest story in the world for about a 2-week period. Like, it was on world news. It was on CNN.
Because I think, personally, and this is just me, I think that this is the biggest sports catastrophe we have ever had here.
And it was just the range of people just emoting the sadness, the feelings of how upset they were that they just could not believe that this had happened to their franchise. Like, going from Dirk to Luka to now him not being there at all in just the blink of an eye after having reached the NBA Finals. Yeah, I think there's a lot of them who have decided that they're not coming back. And the fact that they felt betrayed, not necessarily just because of the trade, but the way that it was handled from the organization from that moment on. Every single misstep that you could probably think of, the Mavericks engaged in that. From the initial statement, the initial statement that Nico Harrison put out the night of the trade was, defense wins championships. Those are the first 3 words that we got in a statement about the trade in and of itself. You know, there were secret media meetings. There were all kinds of different things that happened that you look at an organization and say, why would you handle something of this magnitude in this way? There at one point, Nico had said, I didn't realize how deep of a connection, I'm paraphrasing, how deep of a connection the fan base had to the player, which someone in his position, you would think, my guy, how could you not know? Like, you literally watched him help take your franchise to the NBA Finals, and the amount of fans that have felt that they were able to continue to love basketball or loved basketball because of the player, and the natural connection that you had for Dirk for 21 years. Then you get 6.5 years of Luka, and then all of a sudden, you know, he decides that he wants to take the organization in a different direction. Yeah. The fan base deserves something. Yeah. And the fact that the Mavericks, after all of that, were able to procure the number 1 pick. You have a generational talent at Cooper Flagg. Mm-hmm. They may not necessarily get down with Nico Harrison and Patrick Dumont and the actual leadership of the team, but the product on the floor that said, okay, maybe things can be okay now that there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel in the form of this 18-year-old phenom that's here now.
And for what it's worth, I think we kind of saw that with the game in Dickies. Unintentionally or not, like, the slate has kind of been wiped, and we still love the Mavericks. No matter how long Nico or Dumont or whoever are part of it, we still love the Mavs, and Cooper Flagg is awesome.